This man may talk like an idiot and look like an idiot, but don't let that fool you. He really is an idiot.
Brett Riley.
And for the man you all came to see, put it together for Brett Riley.
Brett Riley.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome to Couldn't Help But Notice. I'm your host, Brett Riley. My guest today, Raj Sharma.
Thank you so much.
Extremely funny. Also a good friend of mine. And, yeah, studio audience loves it.
They came in a little late.
They came in a little late.
They came in a little. The applause sign didn't go off at the right time.
The show Couldn't Help But Notice is every week. I'm Brett Riley, the host. We'll have one of my very funny friends come on, and Couldn't Help But Notice is just us talking about all the things that you can't help but notice, what feeds the comedic mind.
Yeah.
Can't, like, to start things off, you and I, when we went to that club, when we did Bellflower.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We showed up, and couldn't help but notice that there's a lot of people that have make-believe names. And,
yes.
And give themselves nicknames.
Nicknames. I've never seen, and I think it's just an LA thing because I haven't seen that. Like, we're both from.
Yeah.
You're from Kansas. I'm from Texas. In Texas, every one of my buddies we all had nicknames, but they were given to us.
Yeah, like you get those over time.
Yeah.
And you didn't like walk in one day and be like, "Hey guys, they call me B Rizzle."
No, they
nobody
don't.
calls you that.
No.
Nobody calls you that.
So this guy comes up to Brett and he's like, "Hey man, call me Coach."
No.
Not on your team.
Not on your team.
Don't know. What are we playing?
What sport?
Never said what sport he coached.
I don't even.
And then we got into. I think you got into like college football with him.
Yeah.
And I think your knowledge of college football was greater than coach's was.
Yeah, and then he goes, what did he say to me?
I know he casually walked away.
He casually walked away, and you go like this. What was funny is you go. I was talking about one of my friend's kids.
Yeah.
And you go, man, you know a lot about this. And I was like, my friend, I don't even know my friend. I was totally
Just making it up.
Yeah, but it was fun because Coach was into it.
Yeah.
And also, man, it was so funny though.
Yes.
Because as a comic, we run into
That was that show. Let me explain. We got this call, and this is one of those rare. It's so rare in comedy that this happens that you almost don't believe it to be true. Yeah. I get the call. Hey, there's a show an hour away in Bellflower, California. It's going to be shot for a sizzle reel.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what that is, it's people trying to get footage together for what could be potentially be a TV show or a pilot, and then they just put a little bit of it on the internet and generate some interest,
some buzz, and then see if they can sell it.
Right. And we're going to do 15 minutes apiece. Yeah. And the pay was going to be $500 a person
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were just like,
there's something wrong with
the
this.
whole ride there. Raj and I are going, we're not getting paid. There's
No.
We're not getting paid.
I go, we're driving. He goes, if you just literally go, hey man, this guy gonna pay us? And without even looking at Brett, like I didn't even look at you. I just go, oh, absolutely not. There's no way he's gonna pay us.
How's he gonna have the budget for that?
$1,500.
They told us to be there at 8.
Yeah.
And we didn't go on stage until after 11.
Yeah.
And then we didn't get paid
until 1:30 in the morning.
And I had to be on the dude like every 5 minutes. Before we started the show, I went up to him and I was like, hey, just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
$500 bucks for each of us. And he goes, hey, man, I'm a man of my word, man. He goes, see that Harley over there? I'll put the Harley up for collateral, but y'all are getting paid. And I went, again, not really. Make me confident. Not making me confident.
What if somebody doesn't want a Harley?
Yeah.
At this time of night. Who are you getting $1,500
people
for your
walking
Harley?
The street going, I bet you I'm gonna get a good deal. I'm gonna get a good deal tonight. Somebody's gonna want to sell it.
That's the reputation of Bellflower. Like, you know what? After the bar closes, you can probably get a nice deal on it. I don't know why I went with that accent.
Because Bellflower. No, and Bellflower's like, hey, on the way to Denny's. I picked up a sweet ass Harley.
$1,500.
$1,500.
What was
What was
that?
that sound? Yeah.
that was
That's exactly right. That's exactly what they'd say in Bellflower if they came
And
up
so-
with a sweet Harley.
And that lady turned out to be a snitch. I didn't like her because we were talking, we were talking shit about.
We were being nice. Like, we told the guy, hey, man, you're a man of your word. We got paid.
Yeah, but I mean, before I was
But-
like,
but we
he's
were
not
like,
coming back. This
He's
is
not
bullshit.
coming back. He's not going to pay us. And then the lady by the door obviously told the guy.
Yeah, because
that
we
were
get
having-
text messages the next day.
Get text messages the next day going, hey, want to let y'all know y'all killed the show. We both got the same text.
Yeah.
Wanted y'all to know, really appreciate y'all come out. Y'all killed the show. But, and I paid y'all. I had to put my Harley out for collateral.
And I heard,
He was like, and I heard that y'all were complaining, saying you'd never come back and do one of my shows.
and you being, because you're the nicest, one of the nicest human beings that I know.
Thanks, I appreciate
You actually texted him. I've never talked
Yeah,
to
I
him
called
again.
you, and I was like, yeah, did you get that same text? And you go, yeah, it's bullshit. You're like, total bullshit. He did not put up his Harley, whatever.
Yeah.
And I go, did you respond? And no,
What
no,
do you
I didn't
call-
respond. I did. He was
Yeah.
like, you did? What'd you say? I was like, hey, you're a man of your word. All the best to you in the future.
Would you do- okay,
Much
if-
respect.
if-
No, he
if-
contacted me.
Did he really?
Yeah, he contacted me over the Christmas break.
And said what?
Hey,
man.
He was like, hey, man, I got a show in Santa Ana. It's an
$4,000?
$4,000? No.
I'm going to put up my Escalade
No,
if I
but he
have
laughed.
to.
I didn't have him programmed into my phone, so I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
But he goes, yeah, man, it's Santa Ana. It's going to be like an R&B flavored, like, theme night and stuff. Think you'd be perfect for it, man. And I was like, does it pay? And he goes, and, like, laughs hard. And then he told me who he was, and I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, because he was
Okay.
asking, he thought you knew who it was, and you just told him
Yeah.
basically to his face that he wasn't
didn't
going to pay you?
Yeah, but he
Oh.
thought I was being...
But here's the thing.
And I was like, no, I didn't know. And I was like...
Here was my logic behind that.
Okay.
Because when he's like, yeah, man, you say y'all ain't gonna do my show no more. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to ask him. Like, obviously I'm not like you and nice and like email him like, yeah, you're a man of
Well,
your
I'm
word.
nice, but I
hope
the way that I'm mean
I
is
hope
what
your
I
bus
was-
pass works out because you have no Harley anymore.
Well, I'm not exactly nice, but like that's what I was doing that whole night. Was
Yeah.
the whole to the point polite guy.
Yeah.
But I was doing rude things all night.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like the guy going, call me coach. No.
Hey, what about Buttloaf?
Buttloaf. Yeah. The host, by the way, was this totally racist
Why-
dude.
Which is funny because you could
Who
when
had-
you say
he looked like Richard Sherman.
Yeah,
he had the
But
dreads
you
all the
can't-
way down.
But it's so weird when I hear that. Like, hey, man, that black dude's really racist.
Really
I'm like,
racist. People are
how
like-
is that? Like, I, as a person of color,
But
I don't.
why do people not, even white people don't really kind of, they're hesitant. They're like, man, black people can't be racist.
I like to think the
I
same
don't like
thing.
the way you guys are saying black.
Granted, that's okay.
I know like Indian, like old Indian people,
Yeah.
are like super racist.
I know racist people of all kinds. I know
Yeah.
all kinds of people.
So
That's-
no, what I'm saying is like that you wouldn't think that a person of color could be racist to a person of color.
Right, but he comes off. Okay, he brought. I went up first because
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go first because I think I can get them with whatever. I think the energy. I'll just because they've been waiting
Yeah.
for the show.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was karaoke. In between the
Comedy
comics.
karaoke
Comedy
and
karaoke.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. And
That was the name of the show. Was
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday and then comedy karaoke. I was like, you can't combine two deals.
And there was like 75 people there, and they were drunk by the
Yeah.
time we got on stage.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I think you messed with, or did I? No, you messed with a lady in the audience, and she got up and left.
spiked your drink.
She like she was so like she caught it. She caught it in the end zone. Was like done. And because I'm not like this. Like I've never seen somebody that's like pussy whipped. That guy that chased after, like he literally like ran after her like it was a little kid.
No, but do what he did though. You said he went like this. She spikes her drink.
Yeah.
And storms out of the club, and the dude still had like almost a full beer, and you said he was like.
Yeah, he's just chugging it like, but he's doing that. He's doing that as he's like running
As he's
after.
running after her.
I would have been like, you can go home. I don't know how you're getting there.
No.
You can go home, and I'm never going to talk to you again because you just did this in public.
Yeah.
Like, that's me.
But I don't think there was a lot of decorum in the room. Because
very true.
The host, okay.
Okay, yeah, go back to
The host,
Buttloaf.
Buttloaf. We'll get to Buttloaf soon.
I don't know how this shit happens to us.
I know. Last night, we'll talk about last night too,
Yeah, yeah.
because life's changed after last night.
Yeah.
Because, all right, first things first, the racist host. He goes on stage and he goes, "This first motherfucker I got coming up here for y'all, man, this dude is on the new season of BET Comic View." And he goes, "Dude's white."
He goes, I know.
He goes, "I know, right?" like with a get the fuck out of here,
And he
like
goes,
face.
"Hey, B, come on up here,
He goes,
man. Do your thing."
"Hey B, come on up here and do your thing." I was like,
Can you say Brett
Can
Riley?
you say Brett Riley? So they, all right, whatever. And I like went up, did my thing, and I come off and whatever. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I look at Raj and I go,
Yeah.
and he goes, "I'm doing 12. And we're getting out of here.
Because you went long, like you were trying, like
I was trying to keep
them there,
going,
and they were just getting progressively more and more drunk. So,
like I did my singing stuff. I do this Luther Vandross joke
Yeah.
where I talk about my wife and I fighting, and I go, I did the whole, "Don't you remember?" like, and I'm doing the singing, and I can't even get through it because he's going, "Yeah, yeah, get him, Brett, get him!" Like, and he kept doing it during my jokes, and I was like, "That's not helping. This isn't this isn't basketball. It's throwing me off." Like, what do you like?
Can you give the your audience that's for this new show like a bit of the
right,
of
so-
the singing thing? Because he's I don't know because if it's up there, it says that he's an amazing R&B singer, R&B vocalist. Boom, host, oblivious comic, R&B singer.
Couldn't help
When
but
the
notice.
first time we met and you go, "Yeah, I'm gonna go on stage," and you
Yeah.
did the because I'd seen your set before with no singing, and you go, I'm a badass R&B singer." I kind of laughed out loud
Because the crowd does. Because I
yeah.
go, one thing I always knew growing up on the farm in
in
Kansas,
Kansas.
was that I was a badass R&B singer. I was going to grow up and be a badass R&B singer. And the crowd laughs.
Yeah.
And I look at the crowd like I'm annoyed, like I'm a little bit, like I'm angry.
Yeah.
And then I go, "Okay, you guys are racist. All right, I'll roll with it. Okay." And then I go, but it helps me being married because my wife and I's fights aren't like other couples' fights.
Yeah.
You know, she decides to give me attitude. You know, I just kind of look at her. I'm like, "For real? This is how you're gonna act? This is how you're gonna?" "Oh, okay, all right." "Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? You said that you'd never pull the shit again. Oh yeah, baby, 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 oh, baby, I love you. I really do." So cut this shit out. But I do.
Isn't that the most amazing shit? Like it's like
I look
this
like-
is like if you don't believe in God and His sense of humor,
Yeah, making a slim fat white guy have an R&B voice. Yeah.
it's like you okay. You remember Rick Astley?
Oh, dude.
So-
My favorite shit is singing like Rick Astley because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Do you
But
have a
like-
bubble in the back of your throat, Rick?
But like I remember when that song came out, and I'm like, "That's great." And I remember watching the music video, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Dedicated to love.
But
You
your
know
voice-
the rules.
I didn't. And so do
And
I.
so do I.
But I remember seeing that for the first time. You go, "I'm gonna be this badass R&B singer," and I like with the audience. I did the same thing. I laughed, and it's without fail every fucking time you sing. I go, I can't. It's so unbelievable.
People don't see it coming.
Yeah.
Because I look like.
Okay, we're at the Den in Hollywood.
That was fun.
That was amazing. Like he's not. We're talking to a friend of ours. They just met. You and
I didn't
Breezy
know-
just met.
Yeah.
That he was a music producer.
I did not know.
Um,
And you and Newberg did a hell of a job setting that up because
yeah.
you picked like the perfect moment. Like we'd had
No,
a
I
couple
wasn't.
of drinks.
But I didn't. I wasn't trying to set it up. I go when Newberg kind of did the lead in.
Yeah.
I go and Breezy's laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, and I was like, "Yo, dude can sing. Trust me." I go. Your mind is about to get blown. And when you pop, did you see Breezy's face? Was like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's like. I think that's the most amazing response that you get from audience because they do that, and then they lose their shit. Like they're just
And
looking
then
at you
they
like,
engage.
yeah,
But
but they're looking at you like this is not real.
Yeah.
This has got to be a track that he's singing, and then they go, oh, holy shit,
Okay.
he's amazing.
That's sometimes how it is.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's like sometimes it's like that. But that's how it makes so different for
Right.
me.
Uh-huh.
When I'm singing in a shower,
Uh-huh.
that's when I found out. I was singing in a shower, and I thought to myself, I'm a pretty good singer.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
That's how I found it. Yes, thank you.
That was a song he was singing in the
I
tower.
was singing that shower song, but there's no lyrics to that one, so it's hard.
Okay, for the people that don't know you and I's rapport, we kind of do silly accents
And it's
out of nowhere.
just for no reason. While we're like, a good conversation was, those people must have thought we were nuts that were sitting next to us at Pat's the other night.
Yeah.
When we heard, this is, and anything can spur it on.
Yeah,
Anything.
yeah.
Like, anything can bring on a conversation that will go on probably longer than it needs to, but it's always making us laugh.
Yeah.
The friggin' jukebox all of a sudden played a Sunday Motocross, Ontario, California. And like, all of a sudden, you were like, Sunday.
Sunday.
I was like, come out and see that. What did you say? You go, come out and see a guy with both legs and both arms fight a guy with no arms.
With no legs and no arms.
And not only that, he's Rey Mysterio Jr.'s cousin. And I go, Juan Obvious. Juan Obvious.
Rey Mysterio's
Rey
Juan
Mysterio's
Obvious.
cousin, who's the armless fighter, is Juan Obvious. I don't wear a mask. I don't wear a mask because I can't put it on.
This is just for us at this point.
Yeah. The people next to us are like,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
We get that look a lot. Like, we'll be out and people just kind of like, because we have no, like legitimately, like, when we hang out, like, I like the hanging out with you because there's no filter involved. Like, everybody else, like, here in Hollywood, you kind of have to have.
Yeah, well, that's why everything's been great.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because we actually have a crew of people that just talk.
Don't have no
filter and just talk.
and don't care where we're saying
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of people out here that are like, I'm not a posse up guy.
Yeah,
I'm
neither am
not.
I.
And there's a lot of posseing up that goes on in Hollywood. And whatever it works, by the way, whatever works for people.
But Brett's also one of those. You don't like the hugging out here.
I don't.
You're not a hugger, right?
I like my space.
Okay.
I like space. I'm one of those. I like this.
See, because we talked about maybe
like
possibly
this,
going
what's-
like, because I did some shows over in India
And
last
you were
year.
like, oh, you would hate it.
You would absolutely hate it because
Probably.
there's 1.2 billion people, and so everybody's here. It doesn't matter where you go; they're here.
I don't
like
know.
that's
I
the
don't
whole
know, to
time.
me. See, I like my space, and everybody. I also have a 1-year-old daughter, so like I don't want to get the flu. I don't want to take, like.
But you can't. But now you're using that as
Now
an
that is
excuse,
my excuse,
which
now.
is really good.
It's my new built-in excuse.
I like.
I've also been like with my wife forever and used her as an excuse before that. I
Okay,
was
so you
like,
didn't want to get her sick.
No. I would just.
So that's
for
what you're
other
saying.
things.
Like, okay,
But
for other
the hugging thing, I don't get it. Like everybody's doing the Vince Vaughn shit out here. Like they're like, bring it in for the real thing. I'm like, no, I don't fucking know you. Like this is cool. Hey.
no, I will have to say, man, I'm a hugger. Like I.
No,
like,
I know, and I
know you do. Like, and you, because this is how you brought it up to me.
Tell me how I brought it up.
We're leaving the den.
Yeah.
And I'm saying bye, and I hug Newberg as I always do, and I was like Todd was with us, somebody was with us. I'm hugging everybody, and we start walking out. And you go, man, there's a lot of fucking hugging going on in this town. I thought you were directly talking about me, and I was like, no, man, that's just me. I'm a hugger. You go, no, it's in general. Everywhere I go, everybody wants to fucking hug you in this town.
It's like, what's up, man? it's not a homophobe thing, but I'll admit it. I do this now. I'm like, when I give a handshake, it's like this, and I keep that elbow to keep the distance. I'm like, yo, yeah, like I do. I'm like, yeah, like, and then of course my wife is a ball buster.
Yeah.
When we went to the Laugh Factory Christmas party, she was like, yeah, the hugging thing you were talking about, you instigated.
Yeah, but I've
Always.
seen you do it.
Now
I've seen
I guess.
I've
I'm
seen
trying
where
to grow as a person.
to be comfortable with hugging other people
I just want to be more comfortable.
in your own skin.
In my own skin. By the way, I want to point out, I can't believe I haven't done this yet in the show. We're obviously at the Kansas State Fair.
Yes, because you are from
From Hutchinson, Kansas.
That's
so
right.
we're broadcasting from the Kansas City. That's Arkansas, Angelo, and I find it offensive.
Yeah.
By the way, I do. That's why we talk about doing voices. Raj and I also, because Raj being from Texas, me from Kansas, we always kind of tend to talk to each other in a southern accent.
That's right.
That's always just because when we're out. Drinking.
We're just gonna party
for one,
tonight.
It pisses me off. It pisses me off the southern accent. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of prejudiced of it. Like I don't.
Yeah, because you believe it to not be real.
I believe it's not really that. I don't believe it's a real thing. Just like.
So you're thinking. So let me see if I get this because my mind works like a movie.
Okay.
So like this is what I believe you're saying. It's like they're like, hey man, thanks. Like they're at a bowling alley.
Yeah.
They get done with their 9-pin bowling or whatever they're
It's
doing.
their way of like that folksy bullshit is like their way of like making sure like letting you know I'm pure, man. You can trust me. How could you not trust me, man? I sound too dumb
and then
to trick you.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't even if I wanted to. I couldn't trick you.
Even if I want to do something dastardly, it ain't gonna happen.
You wouldn't dastardly?
It ain't gonna happen.
Hey, I might want to do some trickery.
Hey, sometimes I feel like doing some skullduggery, but I can't because I'm too simple.
And then when they get home, they're like, man, that was a lovely evening.
The fact is the peasants in this
This town, really.
constantly
Yeah.
hand out panhandling in
I
front of
thought
the
when
club.
when he said he was giving me a Miller High Life, said this champagne, I thought we were actually going to be drinking champagne. Turns out, no.
It was not new.
And then they walk out, like, and then somebody rings the doorbell, like, hey, how are you? Come on in.
Hey, come on. Hey, Bruce. Get your ass in here.
Okay, so that's everybody.
Fucking Bruce.
That's everybody. Like, it's the weirdest thing. My parents moved from
Well, the reason I
London, England.
I want to interrupt you,
No.
and then you tell you about you. But I want to say, the reason it bothers me is
Yeah.
I'm from Kansas,
Yeah.
and everybody like, oh, you're from the South. Look at a map. Kansas is the center.
Yeah.
Like
It's the Midwest.
It's the middle
Yeah.
of the country, and also people from Ohio going, I'm from the Midwest too. Like, you mean the Middle East? You're Middle Eastern. You're Middle Eastern. Like,
Yeah, but they just all categorize that whole Ohio, Iowa, Idaho.
But like when I talk to people that I grew up with, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, man, shoot, man, you're killing it out there in Hollywood." I'm like, "What? Talk right?
Yeah.
We
So
grew up
that-
together.
That's okay. So that's my
That's
buddy.
why I believe. Yeah,
My
Go
buddy
ahead.
Sonny, growing up, like that was. He's the guy who likes. Angela was telling he likes to get women pregnant and go to jail. That's Sonny. So
Good
we
guy.
grew up. He's got a good heart.
Good heart.
Good heart. He's just
Sperm like a tiger.
and just a crack addiction that's furious.
Just a furious
Just
crack addiction.
And loves to forge chicks. Like he's really good at forging. Well, he's not good at it because he goes to jail a lot. So I've known Sonny since I was.
He's like Leonardo DiCaprio, only not that bright.
It's not Catch Me If You Can. It's like I get caught.
When you gonna catch me? It's the remake. When you gonna catch me?
It's the home like the camcorder version of his like it's my new movie. You can catch me. I'm telling you what I did.
Run, Ronnie, run. That was a good movie.
But that's like we would like. This is how I talk.
Yeah.
And I think it's because my parents, we moved from England to Mesquite, Texas, and I think the combination of the like super thick Indian accent combined with living in London for 17 years and then moving to Mesquite, Texas, like created this. Like that's the, so I can go back and forth from, hey man, how are you? Good to see you.
I'll admit, my wife tells me when I get around like country folk,
Country folk.
I kind of slow it down
You
a little
do?
bit.
A
I
little
do.
bit?
I'm just like, hey, like it's kind of like, hey.
Yeah.
Like the thing about my drunk ass friends, I get older, they stay the same.
Yeah, people go, so where are you from? I go, oh, I'm from Texas. Originally. I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
Yeah.
Stephenville, Texas. Like, it's country. Like, the college there has a rodeo team. Tarleton State University.
Most Midwestern schools now.
Yeah?
I mean, I wouldn't say most, but there's, yeah, I know
So,
that. I know
so
that they do.
KU has a rodeo program?
I don't know for certain.
Okay.
I don't know. K-State, I'm sure does.
Okay. Like the Ropin' Jayhawks? Is that?
I don't think there's a rope and KU's pretty progressive. I used to do jokes when I was first doing comedy.
Yeah.
in Kansas about the differences between KU and K-State.
Okay.
Both places are awesome, by the way. I love Manhattan, Kansas, and Lawrence, Kansas. But like the difference is, if you're in Lawrence, Kansas, at KU,
Yeah.
and you just walk into a house party, somebody's going to come up to you and go,
Yeah.
who are you?
Yeah.
And who told you about this party?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you go to K-State,
yeah.
you go to K-State, you just walk into a house party, some dude's going to come up, hey man, what's up? I'm Trevor. Cans are around back. It's $5 if you got $5? Okay, cups are around back. I'm from Stafford.
Is he also in George Bush? I'm from Stafford.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I don't understand. I don't know, man. The folksiness, but I also just.
But it's real.
It's all
everybody.
all accents to a point.
But it's real because this was my high school freshman English teacher, Miss Talbot.
Yeah.
She talked like this. Roger, you need to come to the front. And it's real. It's not like that's.
It's not that it's not. Okay, it's happening. This is how I say it. You're saying it's real. I'm saying it's happening. I'm saying it's kind of. I'm saying you. Okay, if you believe, if you're under the belief system like I am, that life is what you make it.
Yeah.
It's. Then you can make yourself sound however you want, which is why I get frustrated with all kinds of accents. Like when I'm hanging out with dude and dude's trying to put some knowledge on me and dude's talking like this and stuff, I'm like, hey, then if you're putting some knowledge on me, tighten it up. Tighten it up. Tighten it up. You know? Like when
Tighten it up. That's don't turn up.
Don't turn up.
Tighten up.
Turn down for what? I want to just.
You're a racist.
No, not at all.
No, I mean it's So you
but it's
don't
all accents.
believe
Like even like, I've never been to New York.
Yes.
Yeah, I've still never been to Boston.
But remember the guy on wasn't there a guy who was at the Den who was from New York?
Yeah, he was talking. He was like telling us like, you don't know country.
Yeah.
You don't know, dude. Like where I grew up, like, and I was like, okay.
So you don't believe that he really
just-
talks like that?
No, I think he does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's happening. I'm just saying he has a choice.
So at what age do you make that choice? Because I was gonna say Sonny. I met Sonny when I was 12. Like he moved into the neighborhood. I think we were like 12 or 13. And he's the guy who says he doesn't say like my girlfriend now still says fixing to. Like I'm fixing to go do this. And I'm like, honey, you're studying to be a doctor. You can't say fixing to. Like kind of like, hey, I'm fixing to take some X-rays. Like I don't want that doctor. I don't want that person to be. But Sonny took it.
Just plop that heart right on out. Fix you up nice.
I just ripped your appendix square out.
Square out.
But Sonny would take it to another level, and he'd say finna.
Finna.
Hey, what y'all do, man? I'm finna go store.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I remember when he first moved in, we're all hanging out. There was my best friend AJ lived next door. Sam lived across the street. So the new kid on the block wants to play football. Cool. He's like, y'all finna play some football? What? And I'm like, I don't know what you just said to me. I don't know where. I don't know what that. I know we speak the same language. Yeah. I don't know what you just said. Hey man, are we finna play some football or what? And I was like, oh yeah, we're about to play some football in the street. Right. I don't know where you're from, Captain Country.
Angelo, I have a question. How long do you want segments? Do you want us to break it up at all?
I mean, you guys can go as long as you want to go. I mean, we've already done like 30 minutes so far.
That's what I was saying. I just wanted
a little break.
Yeah, let's take a little break because I want to just think about something real quick.
All right.
Let's take a little break. You cool with you?
Yeah. We're taking a break.
Taking a break. So are we.
I like it.
I just realized that.
Upcoming shows to the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
Welcome to FY. It's Dimitri Young here with Robert Fick. Hey everybody, welcome to Talking Marijuana.
Hi everybody, Crabman's Rock and Roll Revival featuring Frazier Smith is on the air, in your hair, and going out everywhere around the world.
I'm Gary Garver, live from the John Lovitz Comedy Club.
This is the John Lovitz Podcast Network.
Hi, John Lovitz here. It's time to put laughter back into your life. Check out the John Lovitz Comedy Club, located in the heart of Universal Studios City Walk, Los Angeles, not Orlando. For tickets, go to thejohnlovitzcomedyclub.com.
You are listening to the John Lovitz Podcast Network.
Thank you guys for coming back. We're back from break. My name's Brett Riley. The show is Couldn't Help But Notice. My guest is Raj Sharma, extremely funny comedian, and we've had fun so far.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, want to bring up something that you brought up the other night that I thought was just needs to be talked about.
Yes.
Football coaches.
Oh, yeah. Football coaches being...
We both play football.
Yeah, football coaches being health teachers. Or teachers in general.
Just teachers in general, like their approach.
Okay, maybe outside of Texas and Kansas, it's okay because they're probably not the same people that we had. Like my health teacher and football coach now, was always eating. Like it didn't matter. At what point of the I remember we're waiting. We're dressed, helmet, pads, everything out on the field, ready to start practice, and we're all just standing there because we don't have a coach to lead practice yet. No. And he walks out and literally he's eating a hot dog, and has another one in his hand. And he's like, "All right, boys, laps," and I'm like, "You can't do that. You can't eat 2 hot dogs and then have us running." Like, is that because I think that's how he's getting his exercise. But he was also the health teacher. And when it would come to like the sex ed portion, like when he was teaching, like, okay, well next week, because they would warn you back and like, okay, next week, just letting you guys know.
Next week, sex ed.
Next week is we're talking about the reproductive system.
Tell me. That's good timing. But the best was
he would describe it
like he was game
like it was a game like it was like game
coach.
like like he was talking about the big game. Some of you boys. Some of you ladies, you need to listen up. It's about the big game, right? It's about the big game.
What we're talking about.
Let's get into it. You want to talk about it?
The fact is, this is the pros.
You got to go to some of you guys aren't going to play for a while.
Some of you aren't going to play for a while.
No.
Some of you aren't going to get any playing time until your senior year.
Maybe even college.
Some of you been playing for a while.
Some of you, the girl in the Metallica
t-shirt?
The girl
in the Metallica t-shirt, she's been playing.
She's been playing for a few years.
She's been playing for a few years.
Yeah.
Not all of you are starters.
Some of you are going to be playing with each other in the shower.
Some of you.
Some of you will.
Some of you.
But you have to understand.
Some of you are going to be starting lineup, meaning you're going to have good choices on who you team up with.
That's right.
Some of you are JV players, and you're just going to have to sometimes you're just going to get some garbage time.
Sometimes you're just going to be on the field by yourself.
Sometimes you're going to be on the field by yourself. And some of you, unfortunately, I got to talk about this because it's 2014. Some of you are going to play with the same team.
Butt buddies.
And I would be, and I'm one of those I like analogies.
Yeah.
I get it. But the whole time, it'd be like, listen, in football, why do we wear helmets and pads? To be safe. So you need to take precautions during your game. Be safe.
Protect your plumbing.
Protect yourself from infectious diseases. So he's incorporating the textbook, but he's like, hey, listen, some of you need a mouth guard. Some of you are going to be chin strapped. I don't know how you're going to work.
So-
I'm like, I don't know what. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
You're just like, this is not informative. That kid actually needs help.
I learned more from talking to the girl in the Metallica t-shirt. I'm like, tell me like what,
Tell me, like-
what are we doing here? Because I don't know what game, I don't know.
I just haven't. I know I can't get pregnant because you can't if they do it in your butt. I actually went to school. Dude, I actually had a girlfriend in high school.
Yeah.
That I just adored her. She was awesome.
Is she gone now?
No.
She passed on?
No, but I think of my past as if it's not around anymore. Yeah. It was really sad, actually. If you think about it, she
That's the Incredible Hulk theme song,
dude,
by the way.
She thought, this is sad. I'm telling you, I know.
I just showed my age, by the way.
But let me tell the truth here. She thought that I was a good guy, and you did claim that I was a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
She thought I was a good guy because I never pressured her to have sex, ever.
Yeah.
But that's because she blew me 3 times a day.
Wow. Was it like clockwork?
Yeah.
That's right.
3 times a day.
So you knew. You son of a bitch. Like,
yeah.
You knew.
I knew, like...
I have to be home.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to get a blowjob.
Yeah.
Like, so you...
And she thought that it was my way of respecting her. Because I never asked her for sex. I was like, why would I need to have sex? You were sucking me off 3 times a day. Then we broke up. Because, this is so sad. We broke up.
Because you cheated on her?
No, because she went and got a fucking pregnancy test with one of the girls in her circle of friends. And that girl is the girlfriend of a guy that I was on the football team with. And he's a big fucking idiot. And comes and friggin' tells everybody that she went and got a pregnancy test because she thought she could get pregnant from sucking dick. And she got nicknamed Nutface.
Okay.
And she thought it was my fault.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, that's... But, I mean, you can't feel bad in any way because you won.
Though.
Like, you
I
won
did, though,
that.
because I don't want... But, I mean, it was like a public shaming for her, and I had nothing to do with it.
Well, then she needed to meet my coach to understand how the game works.
That's how the game works.
For
one, you don't tell your friends.
Yeah, come to me.
Come to me and say,
Can I get
pregnant from what we've been doing?
Yeah.
No, sweetheart, you can't.
In the history of ever.
In the history of
ever. That's not happened.
No, but that's sad.
Yeah.
That was maybe too much.
See, it was
little bit
exactly
TMI.
the opposite. Like, I didn't even have my first kiss until I was out of high school, like the summer before my college.
Okay.
Freshman year of college. Because it was very understood. You're colored and you're in Mesquite and you don't ask white girls out. You don't do that.
Shit.
Yeah, I had one girl that I asked out. Her dad, I was just asked her out to the 10th grade homecoming dance. I was outside, and she goes, I go, hey, Amanda, quick question. And she's like, please stop. And I go, well, what? And I go, I just want to know if you want to go to the homecoming. And her dad is watching. She missed 2 weeks of school because he whooped her ass, as they say in Texas. Yeah, got her ass kicked. So I was just like, yeah. And then, yeah, and I'll give you even better.
I hate shit like that.
Even better. I was in theater.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was in theater and
The real reason. Truth always presents itself.
I was doing a play called Crime's the Heart. I played Doc. Okay. My love interest is Meg. That's her name. And there's a kiss. She's moved on to the big city, comes back after someone has passed away, and then I think that's how it went. But we were supposed to kiss. They had a school board meeting about having an interracial kiss on stage, and they cut it out of the play. Like, that's kind of where I grew up.
Yeah. Oh, I got suspended from school because me and my buddies did Genuine My Pony for a friggin' talent contest.
Well, then you should. I mean, if...
No. And they said, no grinding on the floor, because I taught them this friggin' dance where we did like the whole thing. And they told us, if you do it, They said, if you do it, you will get suspended. So we were like, fuck it. So we wore bow ties. We did the whole Chipping Dance. We came out in tuxes. And we had no shirts on underneath, bow ties and shit. It was me and a couple guys. And we totally got down on the floor and grinded. We got suspended from school.
That's okay.
It's not the same thing. I don't know how I went.
Simulating a sex act in a tuxedo should get you suspended from most things, like school or work or whatever.
And by the way, super sensitive me to what we're talking about. I go, so anyway, put a tux.
Yeah, you're trying to relate.
You're talking about racial inequality. And I go to...
Yeah, it was
horrible.
I just couldn't believe it, and I'm like, I can't wait to go to college. I can't wait to leave.
So eye-opening.
Yeah.
To when you told me, just this is an example. I'm still thinking about what I just did, because you were like, when you came to my daughter's birthday party.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh yeah, your attention span and your ADD off the charts. You're like,
yeah, I didn't know.
And I didn't really realize that that's why no one answers my phone calls. Like people.
Yes, it's you and you and my buddy Johnny Sanchez.
Yeah.
So if you're listening out there in Charlotte, Johnny, we miss you out here. Anyway, yeah, it's a hard. I like texting
but
you.
because you told me this,
Yeah.
I caught it last night. I caught it last night while I was on the phone, and my wife laughed so hard she couldn't catch her breath. Because I got off the phone.
Yeah.
I'd called the booker at one of the clubs to just be like, hey, I want to make sure I'm on your radar.
Yeah.
And he called me back.
Yeah.
And he just wants to have a brief conversation and
That's
say...
what we all want.
Everybody just wants a brief conversation. And he just calls and goes, hey, Brett, you're on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
Want you to know that. And he goes, has your new year been good? And he's just being nice. Just being nice.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to have a brief conversation because it's like 7:35.
Yeah.
And they're having a show at 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah. And I just start talking. I just go, actually, man, I go, the first round of golf that I played this year, first hole, first round, eagle. I've never had an eagle
Yeah.
in my life. And I just started going on a highlight reel of everything I've done.
Till January 21st.
Till January 21st. And he goes, hey, B, totally polite. He goes, we got a show that started. And I go, oh, okay. And I get off the phone, and Shayna sees it click. She sees it click, and I go, I'm so fucking stupid. Why am I so fucking stupid? This is a business call.
Yeah.
And he was being polite to tell me, you're on my radar. We got some shows coming up. And hey, I got an eagle. Have you? I never had one. And you're you gotta go. All right. I'm just fucking idiot, like just dumb.
Yeah, like you and like I remember Johnny calling me one time, and it was his birthday. And I sent him a text message. I go, "Happy birthday! I'm taking you out tonight, man.
Yeah.
It's me, a couple of dudes. We'll go out, get some beers, have some drinks.
Yeah.
On me. I'm taking you out for your birthday." And he's like, "Cool. Call you in a few minutes." All right. First time I've ever talked to him on the phone, and subsequently, I've only talked to him 2 more times on the phone, and I've known him for 2 years. So I text him a lot, but he's like, "Hey, so what's yeah, no, hold on. Hey, so are you? Where are we? Are we starting off? Like, where are we going?" I go, there's so many questions that you just asked me. I go, I'll pick you up from your house, and then we'll go to like Mad Bulls or El Torito.
Yeah.
Or we can go to both, whatever you want to do. Oh, okay. So are we going to both, or are we just gonna go? You just want to pick one? But you're driving, right? Because I mean, I'm not taking my car. I go, hey, can you just give me directions to your house? This lasted for about 7-8 minutes. Just so wait, no, because. Are you gonna drop me off, or am I gonna? You want me to? Just, I could get a cab. I could, but we're going to El Torito first, or Matt? Like I'm like, hey man, where the fuck do you live? Let's
text me your address. We'll
talk about this in the car.
Yeah.
And then we got in the car, and he's, hey, what's up, bud? Hey, so we're going to Mad Bulls? Yeah, cool.
Everything's cool, but the phone, you're saying phone.
And you, same thing. I can have fantastic conversations with you, and I do all the time when we're out. But then when you call, and I've seen you take calls, and I'm like, I feel like I've seen you take calls, and I'm like, God, I feel so bad for that person on the other end.
Because they don't want to be.
They don't know. They don't know what's about to happen.
Going to happen. But I'm aware of it, but I'm not gonna lie, I lose awareness on it. Like I'm aware of it right now, and then a couple months from now, I'll need to be reminded again.
You need to put on your screen, like when it rings, you need to have just a saying that goes, keep it short.
Keep it short.
So when you look at it right before you answer a call, you know right then, like, oh, I need to keep this short.
My dad literally answers the phone like this, like, because he knows that it's gonna be way like.
Yeah.
He's like, I have shit.
He's my kid.
He's like, I had shit I was gonna do in 20 minutes. But now it's gonna be 45 minutes.
I love to, like, if I'm on a.
You need to program your Siri app.
Shut the fuck up, you.
If I'm on a long drive, like you're. Like,
I come to mind.
You do. I'm like, I'm gonna call and see what Brett's doing.
We'll call and see what Brett's doing.
And I can drive. I can call.
I know he's gonna knock these miles out.
I can put on speaker and then just listen to you talk. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. My grandma is and was, she's no longer with us, but was my best friend because the whole time I was out on the road for the first 6 years of my comedy career, I'd talk to my grandma. My grandma wanted nothing more.
She was retired. She had nowhere to be.
Yeah.
She can make a casserole and talk to you at the same time.
No, but we would talk forever, and now I'm realizing makes sense. That's why grandma was my best friend. Because my other friends.
But you can do that. Like you can go you can volunteer at like nursing homes.
I probably should.
You probably should because we don't do shit during the day.
Well, now I do.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Now
that's
I do. Daddy daycare starts up tomorrow.
That's right. Tomorrow, the baby bonding is done.
Yeah, the wife has been on.
Can you
6 weeks?
So I met your daughter for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I want to know where you're.
And I was like, because we go, okay, well, I'm gonna go to my buddy's house. I'm gonna see, does she look like dad or does she look like mom? So I meet Shayna and then I meet Veda, the baby. And
Veda,
I go,
Shayna.
looks, just as beautiful as the mother and has Brett's head. She does, man. She has
God! Yeah.
Like, I was just like.
The doctor, we had her 1 year checkup yesterday, and the doctor said, save all your hats. He said, save all your hats. Because
I thought.
No, but
first of all, you need to pick a different doctor because that guy's kind of a dick.
No, he's awesome. He also knows that I'm a comic. So
yeah, save your hats because
save your hats.
And she's beautiful, and she's got rhythm. She's got rhythm from
beautiful. She's got perfect rhythm.
Yeah,
she's one, and she has perfect rhythm.
Yeah,
like when she's playing with her little musical toys, she's just like
she's got it. Like I watched her, and she can get her to clap. She claps
on beat, and she's awesome.
Yeah, just a really big head.
Really big head.
Yeah, so.
Well, she's proportionate.
I don't know. I don't. You said that to me.
No.
It
is.
Like,
she is because they do. That's what they do at the baby checkups. They give you the percentiles that she's in. She's in the 25th percentile for weight because she's kind of tiny.
Yeah.
She's petite. She's in the 30th percentile for height.
Yeah.
Again, she's small.
Yeah.
But she's in the 90th percentile for
the
head.
Size of
for
head.
the size of her head.
Yeah. See, I told you.
So
that's not proportionate. 90, 30, 25 is not.
But it's all I'm saying from all the. It's all growing at the same rate.
I don't have any kids, so I don't know.
She has a big head.
She has a big head.
She has a big head, but
she's beautiful. She's
beautiful,
a sweetheart.
and she's smart.
Yes.
And this also sucks being a parent, by the way,
Yeah.
because yesterday,
Yeah.
doctor goes, which one of you guys is kind of a little bit OCD?
Oh, that's you.
And my wife goes, and I go, what in the hell?
But
you would not last in the first 48.
You'd snitch.
You'd snitch immediately. And she did. And
the second body found is gonna be yours.
Yeah. And then, but no, she goes, and I found out like it sucks because I got to be really aware of all these things because she's looking at me all day. Like you were saying, my life is weird now because I'm a dad. I have a very interesting life. 6 a.m. until 8 o'clock at night, I'm with my daughter all the time. Mm-hmm. And then at 8 o'clock,
8:05.
At 8:05, I kiss my wife and tell her to have a wonderful, relaxing evening. And then I go and do shows. And if I'm not doing shows, I'm going to just hang out
and drink.
And drink? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like
Well,
to
I
do
gotta
that.
have my. I still gotta be a dude.
Yeah.
If you don't get your dude time in, and I've seen it. I have a couple of buddies that are the stay-at-home parent, and they don't get their dude time because they can't really demand it.
Yeah.
Because they're.
I don't.
Because my wife's awesome. Seriously.
Yes, she is.
But you have to have a good woman. I have so many opinions.
Yeah, I have friends that just went.
Yeah.
I just had a baby, and I'm like, congratulations. Like, okay, I'm going home now, and
Yeah.
I might never see you again.
I might never see you.
Because they just never leave the house. Like,
Right.
It freaks me out, and that's the one thing. Like, I can't wait to have kids, and I love kids.
Yeah.
But it freaks me out because I see, like, I have friends that, like, when they're like, hey man, let's go, let's get out tonight. They absolutely are freaking out. Like, man, this is so great. I'm like,
Yeah.
we used to fucking come here.
You have to keep balance.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like that. That's what bugs me about people. That's why I have so many opinions about stuff. You have to keep balance, and it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Nobody else's.
Yeah.
Like if you know, for you to be sane and happy, that you can be a great dad or a great mom. And then at some point in that day, you have to make yourself happy and be happy.
But now some people are like that. Some people like to stay at home.
No, but like
Excuse me,
when
I
I first
get
moved
that.
out here, it used to piss me off. People be like, I would go out, but we just got a puppy.
Yeah.
Fucking dog.
I love this guy.
Fucking dog. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I
And
have a buddy of mine back in Dallas. I'm like, meet me out for a drink. He's like, well, okay, I'm gonna pick up the wife because they carpool. Mm-hmm. I don't get that. It's not like that I'm environmentally unfriendly, but they work on opposite sides of town. So he leaves work and then drives, and she waits at work, so she gets in like an extra hour, and then they drive back. And yeah, and I'm like, I don't. And hey, come out, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. About 9 o'clock. Hey, every time, without fail. I know when I see him calling, he's not coming.
That's all my buddies. That's a lot of my friends with kids.
Yeah,
They'll be like every time you can expect the call.
Yeah.
You can expect the call about 2 hours from when, or maybe even an hour.
Yeah.
Before you were actually supposed to meet.
Yep.
And hang out.
Yeah.
Man.
You're not gonna believe, dude.
The kid.
Yeah.
Is asleep.
Yeah.
And my wife is making me watch The Bachelor with her or some shit. I'm just like, okay, man.
I have friends that are like, dude, I never was into the Real Housewives.
Pretty
But dude, it's
interesting.
pretty. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see why it's
No,
popular.
it's not.
I'm like, you're watching the fucking Real Housewives?
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, that's right. You gave her your balls.
And you just gave it up.
Yeah.
Hey,
But you know what? Before the baby, you guys like to go out, like.
Yeah, but my wife, we're kind of homebodies.
Okay.
We kind of like. I mean, we like to be at home.
You do.
We like to hang out, but since the baby.
Yeah. Don't say it like that. Since the baby, I can't wait to get the fuck out of the house. Because that's what it just came across to everybody watching.
Okay. Since the baby, though, well, also, I'm realized I've grown. We've talked about this. I've grown as a comic. I've realized, because I always thought, dumb, very, very dumb of me to think this.
Yeah.
For like the first decade of my career.
Yeah.
Dude, if I just go and I'm awesome and I kick ass on stage, it'll all work itself out.
Right. No networking.
No.
Michael Keaton.
Doesn't work that way. Not here.
Michael Keaton started off as a stand-up, and he would talk about it. He didn't hang out.
Yeah.
Like, he would do his set and then leave. And he's like, that's why I never advanced as a comic. He goes, luckily the acting thing worked out for him. But he's like, that's why I didn't advance. He goes, nobody would put me on a show. If they were producing a show somewhere else, I was never asked to be on it.
That's exactly
I just got my spots, and that's that.
That's the only thing that's changed.
Yeah.
Once my wife got pregnant, I realized I need to make some changes.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be a comic, I need to be out there. I need to be accessible to people, and I need to build relationships with other people that are doing what I did.
Yeah.
Because that was a bad misconception of mine, thinking that I could just show up, be a rock star, and leave.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did.
Yeah.
And now,
which is interesting because you started in Kansas, right?
yeah, but
but you started traveling automatically?
yeah, for the most part.
Really?
Kind of, yeah. I just never got like when I was in Kansas City. There's a good scene.
Yeah.
In Kansas City, and I know all those guys. There's a lot of Kansas City comics that are funnier than shit. Like Tim Gaither, Corey.
Tim and I filmed our special the same week. Yeah, in Vegas.
Why am I not?
But no, so that's what it's odd to me is like, because I started in Dallas, and that's kind of it's not as good as it used to be, but there's still some great guys, but they're all moving out here. But used to be really, really tight knit, and now it's just kind of like in Dallas. It's not everybody, but it's like the old school guys kind of hang with the old school guys, and the younger guys kind of do their thing. When it used to be a mix of everybody. That's why I'm saying like I'm surprised you didn't have like a solid.
I just haven't.
Wow.
This is new. All this is a new development for me because I've had to make a concentrated effort. Well, but it's also things like that. Like what I realized why nobody answers my phone calls is because
maybe that's why he didn't have any friends. Maybe like
no, I want
to book him for a show, but I fucking don't
I'm
have
not
an
gonna
hour
lie.
to talk to him.
I love talking.
Yeah.
And I get along with everybody.
Yeah.
But I am an introvert. I don't.
I think we all like. I love to talk, but when I'm at home, I'm super like. There's no like. The TV's low. There's no sound. I'm like, every girl is like, every girl I've ever dated is like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, what? Why? Well, you haven't said anything. Yeah. Hi, how are you?
What's up?
What's
what
going on? Yeah, like, otherwise I'll just do this. My mother used to say when I was a little kid. She goes, you know what your problem is? You talk too much. You talk too much.
I've always been told that.
And then one day she goes, and I remember this because she passed away a few years ago, but we were in the hospital. She had cancer. We were in the hospital, and I just leaned back, and it hits me that she used to say that to me, and I go, hey, remember how you used to say that I talk too much and that you hope someday someone pays me to talk?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah. I go,
ta-da!
I just literally did that, and she smiled from ear to ear. It was like the funniest thing. She's like, "You got me, you got me on that one." Like it's like she basically set that up. She's like, "I'm setting you up for one day to give me this, to have this callback." Like, I'm setting you up.
I think
for
it
the
needs
callback.
to be said. Family, friends, relationship, like love, honestly, being a parent. The reason things are progressing in my life is because of the reason I have a wife.
Yeah.
I have a baby.
Yeah.
And this is all new. My wife and I will be together 9 years in April.
Yeah.
And that'll be 2 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. But that's why I don't really. It's made me realize that if I'm going to make all the things I want to have happen in the world happen, I've got to be out there and I've got to be sharing what I have.
Yeah, that's why they have like networking mixers and they have like
but I have to
like
share with the world what I have, and what I have is a woman that I'm absolutely friggin' vulnerable to.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get people going, well, I'm seeing someone. Well, I never understood that. I'm kind of like a serial monogamist.
See, so am I.
Like my wife, no one has made me more mad than my wife. No one.
I've seen it.
Like no, but the reason for that is I'm absolutely vulnerable to her.
Yeah.
She's the only one in the world that I'm absolutely vulnerable to. Like I said to her the other day, I was like, you act like I pick at you. She was like, you do. You pick at me. That's all you do. You just pick me apart all the time. And I go, no one else in the world is afforded the level of patience that I have for you. You know, like.
Yeah. I mean, still, the ball bust, she's good.
She's really good at it.
She's really good. Because at the birthday party, I was pretty impressed by her skills.
Of ball busting ability.
Yeah, she was good. She was good, though.
I told her.
Look, she knows where to hit you.
I told you the fight we had, you were like, I can't believe you guys got married.
Yeah.
That story I told you when we were riding to Bellflower, I told you, worst fight I've ever. No, I've never, ever been that mad at anyone.
Yeah.
I'm crippled
from
my wreck. And
do you want to tell
hurt
the people the backstory? Because this is the first show. And
yeah. Here's the backstory is I almost died in a car wreck 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago I almost died in a car wreck. Ruptured my diaphragm. My guts were behind my lungs. Fractured my pelvis in 3 places. I was purple from here to my toes. And I lived through it. My wife held us down. There was no settlement.
Yeah.
And my wife held us together, and that's why I'm still in LA, and that's why after 14 years of comedy, now things are finally progressing. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
But
you're crippled?
I'm crippled after this wreck, And I was like living. I told Raj that I realized that my wife living with me after the wreck was the equivalent of the movie The Life of Pi, where the guy is living on a boat with a tiger. It's exactly what it was like, because I was not fun to be around. I was mad. What happened to me was not my fault, and I was just pissed at the world, and I had to put on a happy face to still be a comic, but then I was a miserable shithead when I'd come home.
Yeah.
Like we'd be driving in the car and somebody would be walking across the street really slow, and I'd see them almost causing wrecks, and I would lean out the window and be like, "Get out of the street, you skin bag of shit!" My wife is like, "What is that? What is it? Give me a definition." She's like, "Give me fuck yourself." Yeah, she was like, "Give me a..." Play that sound clip one more time.
Go fuck yourself!
I can't believe he had the audio of that.
Of what?
That was that cop. That was
That's the guy?
No, that was the comic that melted down.
The other night?
Yeah.
Okay, is that really him?
Yeah, play it one more time.
Go fuck yourself!
If you ever get like that on stage as a comic, just to know, you're not killing it. You're not killing it. You're not doing well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Where was I?
You were.
My wife and I get into a fight after the wreck, and she was fed up.
Yeah.
I was mad at her, but she was just as mad at me.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, if I'm so terrible, why don't we just break up? Why don't you leave?" And then she goes, "Oh, that's right. You don't have a car." And she goes, "I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine." "Oh, that's right. You don't have any money." And she goes, "You know what? Your friends will hold you up." "Oh, that's right. Nobody really hangs out with you because you're a miserable fuck." And I just looked at her. I was like, I was like, I fucking hate you.
Go fuck yourself!
I was like, I can't stand the sight of you. And I just left, and I walked from friggin' Burbank to North Hollywood, injured.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't move for 2 days. I slept on on an air mattress at my buddy's house for 2 days.
Yeah.
Didn't talk to her.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't move. I was so badly hurt.
Yeah.
She thought I was doing it out of pride. I couldn't move. I was really badly hurt. And then, of course, I got a ride back over. I agreed we should meet for lunch and talk.
Yeah.
At the house. Never felt that bad in my life. And knew that I've always known that my wife was going to be my wife.
Yeah.
But she looked like she'd cried for 2 days. Like her face was all puffy.
Yeah.
And we just talked. And
I would love that. I would love for that. That's what you thought, but like she had like a peanut allergy.
Like Timothy Oliphant. Okay, just so this isn't an inside joke, at my daughter's birthday party, Raj and I got to talking about. I started off about how like all these actors look exactly the same, like on all these new shows, all of them. Enlisted. What's that guy's Jeff Schultz?
Yeah.
Timothy Oliphant from Justified.
Yeah.
Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
And then Josh Holloway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we met. We met somebody last night.
And then we met the guy from Arrow.
Yeah. Well, no, from Smallville.
From Smallville that played the Green
Justin
Arrow.
Hartley.
Yeah.
And
we met.
he has. You could put.
And then I go, geez, everybody.
Yeah. So we come up with this idea of like
Wait, so you met the guy that was the Green Arrow on Smallville, not the blonde Arrow now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. Because I really know that I'm very rare. I've never watched Smallville.
It's awesome.
You are one pathetic loser.
I just haven't yet because I don't.
It's good. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like the whole like Superman franchise. I'm not a super fanatic about it. I mean, I dig it. I haven't watched like any of the new ones, but when I saw my brother is a big fan, but he goes, hold on, you got to watch. Yeah, we will in a second. But he's like, just watch one episode, and I'm like, and I can do that. I'm like, you know what? I'll give you one, and I'm like, that's pretty fucking good. But we came up with this concept. They're all going to be at the same restaurant.
We have all those restaurants. They're all at the same restaurant in like some swanky restaurant in Beverly Hills, and the waiter. I was doing the waiter's freaking out because all those actors that look alike are at the same restaurant. He's like, oh. Shit, I don't know. I don't know who had the chicken or the steak. Oh, shit. Timothy Oliphant has a peanut allergy. Oh, fuck. I think I killed Timothy Oliphant! I don't know how we got to that point.
No, I didn't. It was Josh Duhamel.
It was Josh Duhamel. Never mind. Josh Duhamel's fine. Go ahead.
He probably wants to die. He's married to Fergie from Black Eyed Peas. He probably wouldn't mind chewing on a peanut.
Dude, she just made a song called Let's
What?
make a sex tape and put it on Netflix with 2 Chainz. By the way,
Gross.
that's what I was talking to. That's what I was talking to Angelo about before the show today. Is it just me, or is there just an overabundance of people being things being stupid on purpose, like ignorant on purpose? I heard
Like the A$AP Rocky song.
yeah, it's up for a Grammy.
I know that blows my fucking mind because that song on its own is shit.
Yeah.
But I love the radio edit of it because
you
it
said
sounds like a shitty phone call that keeps cutting in and out. Like what? What? I love that.
Yeah.
What?
I got a problem. I love got problem. It's what it sounds like, the radio edit, and it's like a bad cell phone conversation, and it's up for a Grammy.
Wow.
But what made me think of this, on the way here, I heard that there's a commercial that's running that goes, nowadays, all of our information is stored on a cloud. What is that anyway? Get LifeLock so we can protect your stuff. I'm like, why would I trust a company
that doesn't know what the cloud is.
What the other technologies are?
We're actually going to send you a lock.
Yeah,
it's got a key. Don't lose it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it was like purposely ignorant. Like
I don't understand. Like, you know what, man? I love hip hop. I do.
I do too. I love
old school hip hop. Like I don't like anything out except for like Jay-Z, the new Eminem album, the Marshall Mathers LP2. Sick. Rap God, unreal.
Yeah.
He's just on a different level. Jay-Z, I love. Everything else, I like 2 Chainz. I don't understand how did that slip?
Whistling Dixie. When I was in middle school, getting head on the 10-speed. Gigolo bloodline. Pimper hereditary.
I don't even know what you
Black
said.
on 24s that remind me of February. You defeating me? That would be Neverwary. That's a rap. First of all, why is a black guy whistling Dixie? There's other songs. There's other songs.
What's Neverwary?
Yeah, what is Neverwary? Dead ass rapper should have come with a cemetery.
I don't get it. I'm like, I don't understand you, and I don't know how you slipped through. Like, I don't know how
And
you.
why
slipped
would
through
you
the
get hit? How is getting head on a 10-speed cool? I've also heard that in like a Lil Wayne rap where he getting head on his skateboard. Why?
Yeah, that's
Giggity.
Yeah. You got all the credits to her for not falling off.
No, is she riding or is she like running alongside? Like it's just like, like wouldn't she get like kneed in the head?
Yeah,
Are you not pedaling? Are you doing one of? Are you doing
just going all? It's downhill.
Yeah, are you doing downhill?
Downhill for 4
I don't know.
minutes.
These are the things.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm like, I don't.
Couldn't help but notice.
Yeah, that's exactly why that's.
Oh, by the way, I want to point this. If you can move that way.
Yep.
This is the Kansas State Fair, but I couldn't help but notice the both W's are out on the Whitewater ride. So it's Hot Otter. Hot Otter. I don't know.
Which is what we decided is how
Southern people greet each other.
Hot Otter.
Hot Otter.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah.
I don't know how that I don't know how it slipped through the cracks. Like, how we allow, as a society, we allow somebody like that to be successful. Like, it makes me mad.
Well,
it's like Mark Wahlberg.
I have a theory about it.
It's like Mark Wahlberg.
In the hip hop world, I have a theory about it, and this is why everything's so bad.
Okay. Because to me, it's like Mark Wahlberg is an actor. Like, how after the second movie, how did we go? Give him another one. See how it goes. It's gonna be the same fucking guy.
Well, I don't. I know. I'm gonna go see the movie because I know it's. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
But like being stupid on purpose. Why would you name the movie Lone Survivor? You know how it ends. It's like calling The Passion of the Christ, Jesus dies at the end. Or call Titanic, boat sinks.
But here's this. Like, how do we have shows like Finding Bigfoot? They need to change the name of that show to Nothing Is Going to Happen.
I saw a meme on Facebook that was it's one of those ghost hunter shows.
Yeah.
They're like, they're in a 500-year-old castle in Germany trying to talk to the ghosts in English.
Yeah. But here's like I watch Ghost Adventures. Like that's mine because here's why. Like
Everybody has
hold
their
on. Like they were in Italy. Same thing, like the whole old castle. He had pre-recorded questions from guys like the Italian guy that was like their guide.
Yeah.
He recorded the questions, so when they were trying to communicate with the ghost, he would just play the question in Italian, and then the responses that came back would be in Italian, and the guy translated for him. So I'm like, it could be, but I believe in ghosts, so that's the thing. You don't. You don't.
No. I'm an optimistic skeptic.
Okay.
On everything.
Yeah.
I want to believe in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you don't believe in anything.
I'm skeptical. Like for one, I've had some experience with like spirits. We talked about that too.
Yeah.
Everything was talked about at my daughter's birthday party. My wife looked at me and she was like, "Were these?"
Well, this is just one of your friends. They're like, we'll be walking by her room and she's talking to the rocking chair, and I'm like,
yeah.
Do you want to know that your house is haunted? I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, that wasn't us.
No, not you.
Just
I'm saying it was one of your friends.
One of my friends. Yeah, we'll just be walking by the room and she'll be just talking to the rocking chair.
Just chatting away all the time, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like you.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
But I'm like,
your daughter's not the Damien Omen child.
Not my daughter.
No,
this
it
is my
wasn't-
friend's kid.
It was a friend. It was his friend. I can't remember her
He's the
name.
one talking to the dead Damien Omen
She's like,
child.
yeah, she'll just be sitting, like, we'll walk past her room, and there she is, just chatting away to the rocking chair. And how do you say it like that? Just chatting away to the rocking
Just
chair.
chatting away to the rocking chair.
I'm like,
and Roger's like, your house is haunted. You guys need to move.
it's good. And that's exactly how I said it. I go, your house is haunted, and you probably should move.
Probably should move.
She's gonna keep talking to the rocking chair, and then more people are gonna come. More people are going to show up because the person in the rocking chair is going to invite friends because this kid's cool with it.
How would you react if you like found out your kid's a medium? Would you put them up for foster care?
I'd hug him. I go, I'm gonna miss you so much.
Miss you so much.
Because
by the way,
crazy ass bitch.
Being an optimistic skeptic.
First of all, that should be the next album that you do. Should
Probably.
be Optimistic Skeptic.
Probably. Wait, next album. You got to put that first one out there, baby.
Well, you have the first album, like ready to. You have the concept for your first special.
Oh yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
yeah.
go.
I'm ready. This year, hey, home runs, man.
Home
I'm not bunting anymore. I've been bunting for like a long time.
Have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get out the dugout.
I didn't realize I was playing T-ball, and everyone else was big leagues. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't. I can get out of the dugout.
Could not.
I can't figure out which way to put on this uniform.
I can be honest. I can honestly say that now that I'm married, and I'm a dad, I've all of a sudden realized that I don't know, just a higher standard. I've just hold myself to a higher standard. Like because when I'm not allowing myself to get in my own way anymore. Because I did.
Yeah.
How long have we been going?
About an hour 15.
Oh.
Okay. So.
You want to wrap it up?
Well, yeah. Let's think
I'm letting you go as long as you want. It's whatever you feel like doing.
Okay. I just wanted to see where we were at because I have no.
Why don't you be the first podcast that's an hour and a half?
Hour and a half podcast. Hey, 7-minute abs, 8-minute abs. 8-minute abs.
What was that? What was that?
That was like something about Mary.
Oh, yeah.
That was Harlan Williams' character or something about Mary.
5-minute abs.
No, he's 6-minute. He goes 6-minute abs.
You know,
Well, they have 7-minute abs. He was like, no, that's. And he's just like,
he has one of my favorite jokes.
Yeah.
Do you know it's impossible to throw a garbage can away? Just what a brilliant observation from Harlan Williams. He's so funny.
I've been hearing a lot of. There's so many talented people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talented people. But like I said, that's why it was bothering me. Is like why our lowest common denominator like blatantly ignorant stuff like getting all the attention, and why is all the negative stuff getting so much coverage? You know what I mean? Like that. There's one network. What is it? The ID network? There's one.
Yeah.
What is it, that network? I mean, there's a network where like every show I looked on.
It's all about murder and
was.
That's the ID network, yeah.
The killer, my killer's spouse.
Yeah.
I
killed my best friend.
Mothers that kill.
Yeah.
Hallmark Channel, all that crap.
Hallmark Channel,
dude. But I looked.
The Hallmark Channel has murder shows on it?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
If you just look through the TV guide lineup, like if you're going on the guide on the TV and you look,
But see, here's the thing. Like,
It's
I'm a
all
big
negative
fan
shit, like-
of Bill Curtis.
His voice.
I want him to record the outgoing message on my phone. Like, so anything
Is this
he's
a good
on,
Bill
so I.
Curtis, right?
It's like it's like here on A&E.
Here on A&E, did you know
Yeah.
that she could have never known that her husband
The
was...
verdict came back guilty.
Yeah.
Up next, the sentencing phase here on A&E. Like I love he's my favorite person. So, but I watch I'll watch Cold Case
He
Files.
used to host Unsolved Mysteries, didn't he?
No, that was Robert Stack.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm showing my age.
I knew that too. I was...
Robert Stack was hysterical on Airplane. Was it Airplane 1? The first one, the first Airplane movie.
Yeah.
Where he plays the colonel or whatever. Anyway,
was in both.
But so I'll watch Cold Case Files. I'll watch anything that he hosts. So I know it's like I killed my best friend here on A&E. I'll watch. If Bill Curtis is in any
Which
he has
show is
anything
it?
to do with it.
What show is it? Is it Dateline? Is it 2020? Which one of these shows? My wife watches this show religiously, and she always asks me to watch them with her, but it never ever gives you a real ending. It's one of those. What is it? Dateline.
Probably the first 48 or something.
No. It's one of those news shows where they tell horrible stories, of horrible things that people have done, atrocities.
Wow.
And they're
Almost got away
it's
with it.
unsolved. It's 2020 or Dateline. It's one of those Dateline or
Unsolved
2020.
Cold Case
It's
Murders or
Cold
whatever?
Case, yeah, it's and then you watch the whole friggin' thing
Yeah.
and get really investigated to find out, man, what did happen?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They don't tell you a thing.
No.
That's awesome.
And I was like, how can they trick you to watch this shit more than once? How? How does that happen?
Yeah.
But my
The
wife,
first 48.
I just have to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Our conversation at my wife's at the birthday party caused a fight with me and my wife.
Which one?
The one because I told her I was like, dude, Raj has got a joke now based on that conversation. Because my wife just got LASIK.
Yeah.
And Raj was like, oh, so do you have to wear glasses or contacts anymore? No, not anymore. My vision's 2015. It's better than perfect.
Better than perfect. And I love that.
And
you can't be better than
perfect.
yeah.
We were like, that's just not, you shouldn't say that because it doesn't sound smart. So don't do it. Yeah.
You can't. That's like being richer than wealthy.
Yeah, no.
Or prettier than gorgeous.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
And I just told her, I was like, you kind of do that with things. And
Yeah.
it's not picking at you. It's just, you're my best friend. So let's
close the chapter on that.
fix that shit. You know, let's not do stuff like that. Because she'll do shit like this. She was like, oh my God. When I ate at this restaurant, I almost shit my pants in the bathroom. Why would you shit your pants? You're in the bathroom.
Why would
Just
you
say I almost shit.
Yeah.
Or
the food was
the
so
food
bad.
was so bad I almost shit.
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom and I almost shit my pants. She always says shit my pants. And I'm just
But-
say shit. Just
yeah.
say I was going to shit.
Yeah.
You sound like
nasty.
Yeah, but it's just a thing. Oh my God, Brett, did you just?
No, that's the can't help but notice thing.
Yeah, couldn't help
but notice that you were going to shit your pants whilst in the restroom.
Yeah, I noticed all these things and it's annoying.
No, I think it's brilliant because I would have said the same thing.
Like when
in
we
my
were
head,
first
I do.
dating.
Yeah.
Whenever we went to somebody's house and they had cats,
Yeah.
she would go, oh, "I'm scared of cats," and people would be like, "We can put her up. We can put her up." I'm like, and he used to bug the shit. I would just be like, "I know what's coming next."
Yeah.
People want to know
the story.
Why are you scared of cats? What
Yeah.
incident happened to you that made you scared of cats? Were you attacked by a cat?
Right.
No, there's no story. I go, so stop saying that you're scared of cats. Just say, I don't like cats.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of cats.
Yeah.
Don't say you're scared of
See,
cats.
I'm scared of wasps because I was
stung and had an allergic reaction, right?
Yeah, horrible. I had 15 of them sting me here, and then it was awful.
Also, they don't sting like normal bees. A bee stings you, that stinger
Yeah,
just
they can
ripped
keep
out of it
stinging
and dies.
you.
Yeah,
Wasps can just keep kicking that ass.
And
I don't
monocles have,
understand
a
what the
cottage
fucking
shirt and it
purpose
keeps
of
going.
them are. They should all die.
There's no
I'm sorry.
purpose.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There is no
there's
purpose. They
no
don't
purpose.
pollinate shit.
There's no purpose for wasps. Do we need to save the bees? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
wasps.
Fuck the wasps.
Why is this still a problem?
And we don't mean white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, by the way. I mean,
they're very necessary. especially in this community.
So I can say I'm scared of wasps because my throat started closing up. I'd be like, what would go on? And then my mom gave me a Benadryl and goes, oh, we just found out you're allergic to bees. Thank God it's not worse. I was like, oh, okay. Because, I mean, I could have...
Time-wise?
Got about an hour, 23 minutes so far.
Okay, so
when you want to stop. This is your show.
Okay, I
You
just
run
want
the
to.
show.
Okay, yeah. I just don't want.
Your name's on the fucking show. You
That's
run
true. It
this
is my
shit.
show.
It is.
Yeah.
That's my name up there.
Brett Riley's
Twice.
name's up there twice.
Yeah.
I like that, by the way. Is there any way we can get this whole back wall just covered with Brett Riley Oliver? Never had this before.
Can I
very
get
nice studio.
Can I get my own podcast here and then you'd be my first guest? It would just be the funniest
we'll just do
fucking
the flip-flop?
just the whole time.
No, we'll just go back and forth on each other's shows.
We'd never have
It'd be
another
like
guest.
ESPN is what it would be. It'd be just like ESPN.
It would never have another guest.
Dude, we should totally take over for Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. I want to be Skip Bayless. It just says ignorant shit to make you mad.
Yeah.
I don't think
think
football's America's sport. I think it's obvious that golf is America's sport.
Oh, okay.
Skip Bayless says stuff.
I know. I love
just to
watching
get
that
people-
show. I love watching that show
you know, like,
because he's so.
don't you
He's
love
so wrong, so much. Like when he's like,
He does it on purpose.
Cowboys take the division. I
You
was like,
realize Richard Sherman doing the whole thing where he was like, Michael, that's what happens when you have. He stares right into the camera. He goes,
okay, so
that's what happens when you have a sorry receiver like Michael Crabtree going against the best cornerback in the league. He stares right into the camera. By the way, everybody, that's all Facebook has been last 2 days.
See, I never
That's
saw
all-
the rant.
That's all it's been. He said, I'm the best cornerback in the league.
Yeah.
And when you have a sorry receiver like Michael Crabtree going against the best corner in the league, that's what happened. Don't ever open your mouth about me. And Aaron Andrews is standing next to him.
So it was Crabtree talking shit about Sherman?
Dude, people don't realize the back history. Like, they're thinking Richard Sherman's just being crazy thug stuff because he's got dreads and all that stuff. Dude graduated from Stanford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude graduated from Stanford, was a wide receiver in college, got picked in like the 6th round, and is pretty much, I mean, obviously it's arguable, but if the top corner in the league.
Yeah.
So he's very passionate.
Yes.
But it's like this huge debate right now. Everybody's got their 2 cents. Like somebody wrote a meme that was like, I don't always run my mouth, but when I do, I look like an idiot. Like and all this, you know, and people don't realize. Like Aaron Andrews is standing next to him, scared.
Yeah.
Because she's got this scared look on his face. He's like, don't ever open your mouth talking to me. And she goes, who was talking bad about you? And he goes, Crabtree. He was like, anyway. He was like, don't ever open your mouth to me. He was like, oh, I'll shut it for you, quick. And then he goes, L-O-B, and walks off. First of all, nobody knew what L-O-B meant until the next day people put it together. They're like, oh. There's secondaries called the Legion of Boom. The Legion of Boom.
Oh, yeah.
So he was giving a shout out to his teammates and going, L-O-B. And then, but everybody was like, every white person like that's mildly racist in America was going like this, going, oh, some gang stuff. He's throwing up gang, he's yelling out his gang on TV.
The Legion of Boom.
Who's L-O-B?
The Legion of Boom. It means guns.
It means guns.
That's what they're using. They're
They're
using
trying
guns.
It's guys like him and Obama. They're trying to take them away. Trying to take them away.
I have this. Okay, so my dear friends, and I'm sure they'll listen to this podcast when it gets put up. So I just want to say hi to Jera, Brian, and Lene because they're gun fanatics.
Fanatics? Okay.
And I'm not gun guy. My girlfriend Megan, she carries a gun.
Oh.
But she's a very attractive, tall, blonde German. And she's single, and in Dallas, I'm not there.
Yeah.
So, she's and she's 12 years younger than me. Boom! Applause break for that one. Thank you. But she carries a gun, and one day we're just and I didn't know this, and I go, I just want you to be safe. I just want you to be. And she just reaches and goes, no, I'm fine, and reaches into and I'm like, put that the fuck away from me. But this whole argument, like, they're coming to get our guns.
Come to get our guns.
Who? They've been coming for 8 years.
This
Who's
is my
coming?
thing. Couldn't help but notice. This is why I titled the podcast "Couldn't Help But Notice" because I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
But I've spent this up to this point in my life trying to get that in order.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about everything in the world.
Right.
It's not my job.
Right.
But I can't help. It's still, you know, like I hate it when I run into people and they go, "Oh, I don't like to think about stuff like that." How? How do you do it? I want to know your magic.
How do you turn it off in the brain,
bastard?
Yeah, I just don't know. But like, For instance, all these people need to just realize stuff's really much simpler than people like. They're coming to take our guns. That's just to get people off the scent. This is okay. It's just to knock you off the trail. Here's the deal. They're not. This whole big government's bad.
Yeah.
Well, now West Virginians can't drink their water because we're cutting funding to the EPA and the FDA and all that stuff, and nobody wants to just look at the bold-faced problems. We're running. Where are the jobs? We ain't got no money. We're poor. Okay.
We're 23rd in math behind Angola.
If the rich people paid the same taxes, they would still be the richest people in this country.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense that the NFL doesn't pay taxes. It's a nonprofit. It doesn't make any sense that the PGA Tour does not pay taxes.
Yeah.
If everybody paid their taxes.
Yeah.
But it's just too easy. Our general public is just too easy to throw them off the scent.
Yeah.
You just throw them a bone like, hey, they're going to try and take away your guns. They're like, what? I need to focus all my attention on that. And the foreigners coming to take our jobs, and all these goddamn butt pirates doing skullduggery at night.
Butt buddies.
Yeah, the days that I was telling him I was in Rockport, Texas, and I was at a bar after this show, and the lady, I'm not even making this up.
She totally meant it.
Was like, so there's a couple bars in walking distance. Cause she goes, you want to start a tab? I was like, no, I'm gonna keep it open. I go, close it out, because we're gonna just kind of bounce around. She goes, all right. Now you fellas be careful after 11, because that's when the gays come out and they roam the night. I was like, they're not fucking zombies. Like, what are we talking? Like, they roam the night in packs like coyotes.
They roam but back to the thing, like I talked about the redneck accent, talk about like the hood accent, the East Coast accents. Totally believe that you do make a choice. I don't know when.
Yeah.
It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
But that's why I can't help but notice. Like when I meet I have no problem with gay people.
Yeah.
Be gay. I want everybody to find love. I would love it if I think the world would be a better place if more people made themselves vulnerable to another human being, whether it be friendship, business-wise, love, all that stuff.
I agree.
But when I meet a gay person that's like, serious, you stop. You're just you and your stupid face. They make gross noises and stuff. And I'm like, you didn't act like that. You didn't talk like that around your dad. He would have had anxiety every day. Just be considerate. You know what I mean? Like the more thick, the more over the top people are. It's always kind of my impression that it's like a lack of consideration for the people around them. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I have a lot of gay friends, and a few are very effeminate, over the top, and I'm like, that's their thing. Yeah. Like that's their thing. Like I get it. Like I'm not.
I know.
I don't think you're like one day you're like, hey man, so not to freak you out, but tomorrow I'm gonna sound like this. Like I don't think that's a choice,
dude.
It's like being gay is not a choice.
I know it's not.
The accent. My dad had an Indian accent. There wasn't a choice.
Right.
That's where he grew up. Like he grew up around.
Again, I
would hate to go to India and like everybody's like, okay, so what would you like to eat? And then I leave the room and like, oh my god, we're so happy that we don't have to speak like this and we can speak in our original accent from the people that oppressed us for 400 years.
It's just. Never mind. I don't know when it happens. I don't have a point because I don't really dislike anybody. It's just these things I notice.
I'm not saying you dislike anybody. I'm saying I don't think it's a choice because you're not like, hey man, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, but don't get freaked out when I'm like, hey, what's going on, Sarahs? like you're gonna be like, who is this? It's Raj.
Here's the deal though. I went to school with a dude that came out, and when he's around his guys from high school, he talks to us just like we did when we were in high school.
Yeah.
We saw him out. We ran into him out at a club in Denver.
Yeah.
When he was with his gay friends, like the group, and he was like, "Oh my God, it's my boys from high school. Oh my God, how are you guys?" I was like, "Dude, you've never, ever even, and you've never." But he never. That I don't buy that. Not around his friends. He was never.
Maybe that's the accent that he's faking. Is the one that when he's around you guys.
Well, I'm faking this accent right now. The way that I talk, totally. I'm totally cognizant of it because the way that I really talk,
Man, shit. All I know is motherfuckers always trying a motherfucker, and I can't stand it, man. It pisses me off, like, for real. Like, this is my real voice.
But I mean, I wouldn't be employable. That's why I got to talk like this, you know? I'm serious.
I mean, I can't, like, you wouldn't even relate to me if I talked like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I have to talk like this.
Yeah.
Was that you?
Exactly. That's me.
That's you?
That's me.
You should have done the first episode of this in that voice. And then the following podcast is when you let it go, like it's going now. And people are like, because the first one they'll be like, man, that's a smooth ass voice, man. And then they come back and they just see like, couldn't help but notice with Brett Riley, and you're like, hey, how y'all doing? And then it's just you in like a KU shirt and a jacket, like, this isn't real. This is a fake podcast.
It's a fake podcast.
Yeah, this is my voice. Like,
yeah, it's mine too.
This is how.
By the way, have you had a good time?
I had a great time. Did you smoke today?
No. Oh, let's tell that real quick. Because we need to encourage other people. Because seriously, dude, Raj and I are both casual smokers.
Right.
And I also talked about having a wife and a baby. I do not smoke around my wife or my baby. I clean up like Dexter.
Yeah.
like I'm but at night I smoke.
Have a few drinks.
I smoke cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Raj and I last night.
Life-changing moments.
Life-changing moments.
And I think that's how it has to happen.
That is how it has to happen.
I
Because
think
there was no ignoring this.
Yeah.
We're smoking a cigarette, and this guy comes up and goes, "Hey guys, you got an extra smoke?" And Raj looks at me like
I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it was real. I thought
he might be messing with us. I thought he was a little bit because he was very funny.
Yeah.
He was a dirty dude. Like he was like. He's got a hole with a metal hole.
Yeah, with a metal thing.
With a metal thing
cap
right here. And Raj gave him a cigarette, and we're just sitting there going.
At first, I didn't know what to do. Like, he's like, "Can I get a cigarette, guys?" And I'm like, and I think you went, "No."
I go, "No." No, but you'd already started to hand him one, like.
But you saw my face.
You were like this. You were like,
Yeah.
And I go, "No, no." And he takes it, starts smoking, and he starts talking to us, and he goes. And he's talking, and I realize he wants to be social, so fuck it. I'm going to try and ease it because Rush, give the look that you had on your face. You're like, you just and I'm just like this. I'm like, I got to ask. I go, was that
from smoking?
Was that from smoking?
Yeah.
And he goes, no. He goes, no, fuck no. He goes,
from talking too much.
From talking too much and all this stuff. And I was like, all right. And then he just went on to tell the whole procedure, and he said he had cancer in his voice box.
Yes.
And he talked about how the voice box, when it's all cut open, looks like a vagina.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't gonna fuck his voice box.
He wasn't gonna fuck his voice box, but that's why they wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah,
because they thought he was gonna fuck his voice. And he did this a couple times while we were talking to him. While he's talking, that was uncalled for.
When he goes like
this, he takes it from his mouth and then goes
here.
And smoked it right here.
From the thumb.
That's nasty.
And then he was like, actually, it's kind of cool because, like, I can go down on a girl and blow in their asshole at the same time. I was like, what? So bottom line, Raj and I are going to kick this habit.
Yeah.
We've decided.
I said last night, I walked in, I go, well, I'm done.
Done.
I'm done. Because I'm not going to.
I can't do that.
I can't do that. I'm not going to be that guy.
No.
And if if that situation happened to you.
And also,
sorry, but
this is my opinion. I don't know what your opinion is on it. Vapor cigarettes, same thing, guys. It's chemical.
Yeah.
It's a chemical. You're inhaling a chemical.
But there's no. It's just all nicotine, right? Nicotine oil?
No, but either way, they haven't even been tested. Like, it's just like, I'm guaranteeing it. I'll call it right now.
Okay.
3 years from now, there'll be all kinds of class action lawsuits. Because, serious, it'll be just like when when a new drug comes out and they just pump it onto the scene and then they go, oh, shit. We kind of fucked up on that one.
My favorite class action lawsuit that's going on right now is like, are you a man that grew female breasts? Like, because there's a drug that they were giving that would cause men to grow female breasts. And I can't remember the name.
And all the people going, big government, man. That's the thing. Government trying to tell you what to eat. And they're going to try and take your guns away. Guess what? That's you know what? Stop stuff like that. Oversight, regulation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people actually having to be held accountable for the shit that they're pumping into our
food,
into our society.
When I was in India, like the food was so like it was so good, and I'm like, man, this is. And even like even going to like McDonald's, the food was completely different. Like in taste, in size, the size of like a fillet of fish was like that big.
I'm an optimist, though. I do think it's going to change because now.
I don't think it'll change here. I don't think it'll change in America.
I kind of think
There's
I
too
love
much
America.
capitalism. There's too
I
much
love
level of
America.
capitalism.
There's a level of capitalism here, though, that is kind of turning us into this is like a special kind of playing field.
Yeah,
America is like the guinea pig playing field.
Yeah.
You can get Americans to a point where you're wealthy enough to not have to eat shit.
Yeah.
Or you could just try really hard. I don't know, but it's just no. It's just.
So no more smoking.
No more smoking.
When are you gonna start? You're starting today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is somebody calling?
Oh.
Telemarketer.
Well, that's bullshit. That's how we're gonna end the show with the telemarketer. Me thinking that like my brother or somebody was calling in to be on the show.
There were two calls.
There was two, but anyway, I didn't see it until late.
Is your brother gonna call in?
No.
Okay.
He's at work late.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, my wife just texted and said, didn't know if you're still recording, so I didn't want to call. I'm making lasagna for dinner. You can invite Raj if you want to. So you're invited to dinner if you want.
I would love some lasagna.
Okay. My wife's making lasagna, and we live right around the corner. So.
Yeah. So I would love some lasagna. That's actually my favorite Italian dish. Like every time, because I don't know if you're like this, but anytime I go to a restaurant, if it's like an Italian restaurant, I'll try the lasagna automatically. I was like, if the lasagna's good, then everything else will be fine. I'll eat I'll eat other stuff the next time I come back. If the lasagna's fucked up.
time.
If lasagna's fucked up, I'm
Not
like,
coming back.
Not coming back. I did one where there was carrots in my lasagna. I don't know why that was there. Carrots and
This is trying too hard.
yeah, I was like,
There's a lot of restaurants now, but that's kind of like the thing. This is the trying too hard restaurants.
yeah. But if you ever go to Baltimore, which sounds weird, but in Little Italy in Baltimore around the Inner Harbor, Luigi Petti's.
Okay.
You can actually hang out at the bar with old mobsters. Like these guys are like the real deal.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny as hell. I was just cracking jokes with them. They're like, funny fucking kid. Like they were sweethearts.
I like this shit.
Yeah. Best lasagna in town. Anyways.
Are we good, Angelo? What do you think? Did you have fun the first show, Angelo?
Yeah, it's been great.
Okay. Did we just make this way too long?
We only have 2 more hours to go.
No, but I think we had a good time.
We did? Covered a lot of ground?
Covered a lot of ground. We are going to quit smoking.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold. We just gotta hold ourselves to it because it doesn't make any sense.
No.
You can't have things that are part of your life that you can't defend.
Right. Right.
It relaxes me. Yeah, so does massages and steam rooms and shit like.
Yeah. And classical music, whatever. We got to figure it out. Like when I saw that, because here's the thing: as smokers, you know this. You justify it. You go, well, I don't smoke all the time.
Yeah.
I only smoke when I drink. So I mean, you can still get all kinds of fucking problems from that.
Yeah.
But when it presented itself in the way it did last night, and I always believe, and I'm like that guy.
Signs?
Yeah, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and that guy was there at that moment when we stepped out at that moment. Because had he walked in before, we wouldn't have known that he had the thing. Nope. Can I get a cigarette? I'm like, oh man, no.
Yeah, I was like, no.
That was the best. No, but he was like so hype. Like, no.
Don't. It's already been bad.
And then he did that thing out. So,
well,
next time I come back in a few months, we'll talk about the MMA stuff. We didn't.
We didn't get to talk about.
Yeah.
This will happen again because we have to talk about why we never started our MMA careers. Either way, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and please tell friends. Listen to us.
I know I'm going to. And thanks for having me, man.
No problem. Thanks. My guest, Raj Sharma. My name is Brett Riley. This has been Couldn't Help But Notice. Thank you, guys. Bye.